The University of Toronto is now joining a growing list of post-secondary institutions, waiving tuition fees for Indigenous students from First Nations communities. The list also includes the University of Waterloo and Kwantlen Polytechnic College in Surrey. Officials at U of T say the move is in response to ongoing gaps in education between Indigenous and non-Indigenous Canadians, and it's a step toward reconciliation. Joining us this morning is Lynn Grew, the CEO of the Native Women's Association of Canada. Good morning.
Good morning, Lindsey. Thank you for having me today.
It's great to have you on. So there is this commonly held belief that all First Nations people in this country receive free post-secondary education. That is not true. What are some of the barriers to funding that people don't realize exist?
Well, there are many barriers. So one of them being that there's just simply not enough money, not enough funding, as well as long waiting lists. So people are waiting for years. Some could get discouraged and just decide not to pursue that education. There's many barriers, other barriers, like, for example, mental health issues, family issues, living in remote communities. The list goes on and on. So here today, we're talking about a very important move that's happening with the university stepping up.
So, Lynn, let's talk about specifics. Who's eligible for this program?
Well, there are First Nation, Métis, Inuit, so it is open. There are specific communities that are closer to these specific universities that have decided to make this move. So it's not open to everybody across the country, but it is available to many of the communities around those universities.
7 of the 2015 Truth and Reconciliation Commission's 94 calls to action focus on education, and that includes eliminating education gaps and discrepancies in funding, publishing yearly reports on progress, and clearing backlogs of students waiting for funding. So what kind of progress have we seen working toward these goals?
I mean, there is some progress, but it's not moving fast enough, because I was looking at the stats actually this morning. So where you have half of Indigenous people who have completed post-secondary education, whereas you have 68% of non-Indigenous who have completed. So there's some movement, but there's still a lot of gaps there. Same with the labor force. So again, these types of programs that provide opportunities to enhance education and get the skills needed are critically important to ensure that Indigenous people not only get that education, but fully participate in our economy. So what we have right now is Indigenous people participating in poverty in Canada. We want Indigenous people participating in the economy, full participants in the prosperity of this country as well.
So, Lynn, what else would you like to see in the post-secondary world to improve equity in education?
Would like to see the rest of the universities in Canada step up and do the same thing, and that would make an incredible difference. So I can tell you I'm a little bit older, and myself, I have a personal story here. So I came through one of these programs where a university had set aside some funds in a special program for students to study law. I came through that program with 2 law degrees, and today, here I am with my career, and like me, there are many, many more, especially women who have had their children and their families. So these programs and these steps are critically important to have progress on reconciliation in Canada.
Lynn Grew, thanks for your time today. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Take care.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.